Hello, everybody. This is Noel from the TARDIS Zone, and this is the TARDIS Zone Talk. So, Doctor Who, the Robot Revolution, or Planet of Incels, whatever you want to call it yourself, has made a triumphant return. Yes, has made a triumphant return. Nah, I'm only messing. It hasn't actually made a triumphant return. Yeah, 2 million. 2 million exactly in the overnights. It's the worst start to a season in the history of the show. A Star Whovian says there. Radio Times, TV, UK, Zone are all reporting 2 million. Yeah, 2 million folks. I did say yesterday in the chat with the lads that I'm in that, if this first episode, it could go two ways with the first episode. It would get a little bit of a bump because it was the first episode. But I did say if the episode continued the downward spiral from the last episode, then Doctor Who was in serious trouble. And unfortunately, that's the case. Doctor Who is now officially in serious trouble. And people can try and spin this any way they can, right? It was on iPlayer, obviously, yeah, from 8 o'clock. And I know that that's what the fans out there that support this show will use to justify the fact that the ratings are like overnights are 2 million. But don't believe all the spin, folks. This show is in serious trouble. And the reality of it is this is RTD said about the pause because he was hoping to get the ratings up. Even Stephen Moffat, they brought out the big guns, for people to try and watch this episode, and it hasn't worked at all. Absolutely disgraceful. RTD has to go. Disney Plus, in my opinion, are not going to throw another 100 million or whatever they're going to throw for another couple of seasons of this. There's no way. There's no way that they're going to throw money at this tripe. And it's sad, really. But I told the fans out there, or the little sellouts, that, they needed to do better. They needed to actually, have the courage and the balls to actually call this out. But they've decided not to. They've decided to blindly support it. And this is what you're going to get. Do not be surprised if the next episode in the overnights gets under 2 million. I'm not, and I mean that. Do not be surprised if that happens. This is absolutely disgraceful. A 60-odd-year-old franchise down the pan at the altar of wokeness. And I hope to all of those little sellout fans out there, it was worth it. I hope it really was, because, we've been trying to tell you for years anyway, since Chris Chibnall, that things needed to be done properly with this show. And that's the issue here. It's not that people don't want Doctor Who, but some will argue it does prove that people don't want Doctor Who. But I still believe that if you brought in the right people, people that cared about the writing, character development, and didn't, just focus on ideology and wokeness, this show could do well. But unfortunately, they keep supporting this train wreck. They keep supporting what RTD is doing, just like they all supported what Chris Chibnall was doing. And look how it ended for him and Jodie Whittaker. This is not good, folks. This is not good at all. This is actually a disaster of epic proportions. And yeah, the TV landscape may have changed, but it hasn't changed that much that, when BBC do actually have a hit, it gets decent ratings. Just people have lost all interest in Doctor Who. And it's sad times for this show. And we are heading, I think, this is why RTD mentioned it. I think it was the last desperate attempt by RTD to try and boost the ratings. And as I said, they rolled out the big guns. Stephen Moffat, Katie Manning, all of these little sellouts coming out and trying to encourage the audience to support it by saying how great and wonderful it was and all of this. But it hasn't worked. It's backfired. And unfortunately, it's going to continue its downward spiral. This is really bad, folks. And don't let anybody out there spin this, because it is bad. Anyway, don't forget to leave a comment and like, share and subscribe. and I will see you for the next one. As you can hear, I'm not actually happy. I'm not. No matter how bad this is, writing wise and whatever, this is sad to me. This is utterly, really gut wrenching, and that episode was absolutely gut wrenching. But there you go, folks. What can you do? See you for the next one, folks. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Bye bye.